Welcome back to Musicians Edition. Today we're going to do what we call kind of an independence exercise on the drum set, right? Or something to kind of train our coordination to be able to control each of our limbs independently of the other ones. Okay. So what we're going to do is take our snare drum and hi-hat groove that we've been working on in our other videos, right? Which is 8 notes on the hi-hat, beats 2 and 4 on the snare drum. And then we're going to cycle our bass drum through different rhythms, keeping the snare drum and hi-hat the same the whole time, right? So what we're really working on here is getting our hands to operate on autopilot and be able to change what we're doing with our foot, right? Easier said than done, right? And if you haven't done something like this before, it's going to be a little bit probably challenging, right? But just take your time. Nobody's in a hurry, and eventually it'll start to come, right? It just takes a lot of practice for your body to get used to operating different limbs independently of one another. Okay, so what we're gonna do is play. First, we're gonna play our bass drum only on beat 1. Okay, and we're gonna keep our hands moving in that same kind of rock groove pattern. Okay, so it'll look like this. Ready, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So every time we get to beat 1, you play the bass drum. 1. Okay, when that's comfortable, then we're going to take our bass drum, we're going to move it over 1 beat, right? So instead of on beat 1, it's going to be on beat 2. The hands stay the same. Okay, let's try that. 2, ready, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and Cool. So another thing you can focus on during this exercise is making sure that your bass drum and your snare drum play at the exact same time, right? Because on beat 2, all 3 of our limbs are going to be hitting at the exact same time. Sometimes there might be a little bit of separation between those where they're not kind of all lining up together, right? So it's something you can use your ears and really try to make sure that they're all 3 of those sounds are happening at the exact same moment, okay? Once that's comfortable, then you can move it over 1 more beat, which is going to put our bass drum on beat 3, okay? It starts to get a little bit awkward, but that's the point of the exercise, is to make it awkward and then practice it enough that it's not awkward anymore, okay? So bass drum on beat 3, hands stay the same. Ready, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, once that's comfortable, then we'll do the last step in this process, which is to move the bass drum to beat 4. Okay, so let's try that. 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, Okay, good. Now we're going to take all 4 of those options and put them together, right? So we're going to play 4 measures of each one, right? So 4 measures of bass drum on 1, 4 measures of bass drum on 2, 4 measures of bass drum on 3, 4 measures of bass drum on 4. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now beat 2. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. 1. Beat 4. 2, 3. 1, 3. Good. All right. So how'd you do? It might be a little awkward, right? It's going to take some practicing to get there, right? But break down each one individually, and once you get really comfortable with those, then you can start to cycle through them, right? And the whole goal of this, again, is to get your foot to operate completely independently of your hands, right? So that this pattern is on autopilot, and bass drum is the one that we're really focusing on controlling, right? The key to being successful with this is to really always just make sure that you're counting in your head or out loud with your mouth, okay? All right, well, good luck with that exercise, and I will see you next time.